Even more rumors suggesting Ye is getting back with Nike. After being with the brand for nearly 2 years now, Jack Harlow finally gets his own New Balance. More colorways of the Jumpman Jack have been announced, as well as another Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott for 2025. All of these stories and more in this week's Sneaker Wrap. Hello everybody, it is me, Jordan Young, back with another certified bussin' hood classic on God. Every Saturday I do these episodes where we look back at the biggest sneaker news stories from the past week, talk about some exciting upcoming sneaker releases, and generally just have a gay old time. Right, let's start things off by recapping the biggest sneaker releases that went down this week, and there were quite a few. You guys over there in the US had the Travis Scott website raffle release for the Jumpman Jacks, or the T-Rexes, or whatever we're calling them at this point, both in the mocha colorway and in the University Red colorway. Now apparently numbers were really limited on these. In fact, I've seen some people say that bots didn't even get to cook on this release. These were all backdoored and delivered straight to GOAT, thanks to Travis and his team. You guys also had a shock drop for the CPFM Air Force One Lows. This was a bit of a restock for the white colorway as well as the black colorway. The Factory Lab NLE Chopper Duck Boots dropped as well if you're into your meme or ridiculous looking footwear. Jown's Reebok Club C collab went down. The second colorway of Drake's Hot Step 2 in the triple white dropped as well. Bad Bunny's final Adidas campus shoe in the brown colorway went live as well. And we also had the Air Jordan 1 Low OG in the shadow colorway which dropped, which are still sitting in a full size run pretty much, except for some of the biggest sizes on the Nike Sneakers app. Pretty big week of releases. Did you guys come up on anything? Feel free to let me know down below. Right, let's get into the news, and I think the biggest sneaker news story this week is undoubtedly this idea that Nike and Ye might be teaming back up again. This whole story came about because Ye was seen featuring in promotional material for the recently released and backdoored Jumpman Jacks on Travis Scott's own IG. In the video posted by Travis Scott, you can see Ye sort of moping around with this ethereal sounding track, him doing the vocals kind of like he's singing to himself on the loo, wearing these gloves, looking like he just came off a 12-hour shift filling orders at Amazon. And in a subsequent video posted to Travis Scott's IG, he can be seen actually wearing the Jumpman Jacks, as well as a whole bunch of kids wearing the Jumpman Jacks. And given this release already went down a couple of weeks ago, it almost seems like these were in Travis Scott's Instagram drafts and he just forgot to post them at a more appropriate time. In any event, we've seen Ye wearing Nike product over the past few months. A lot of people are wondering whether or not, due to his free agency, he might be keen to work with Nike again. And there are a lot of people that are really obsessed with the fantasy of getting a retro of the Nike Air Yeezy line. But before I give you my take on what I really think's going on here, I want to invite you guys to comment down below what you think of this situation. I personally don't think there's much to be made of it. I think Ye featuring in this promotional material from Travis is no more than Travis just giving Ye his flowers. After all, Ye has been very influential on Travis from a music perspective, from a fashion perspective, from a sneaker perspective. Ye paved the way for hip-hop artists getting collaborative sneaker deals and designing their own sneakers. The Jumpman Jacks have a lot of design inspiration from these. Kanye's best sneaker of all time in my opinion, the Air Yeezy 2s. And reading the caption on Travis Scott's post, this really just looks like him celebrating his debut signature sneaker, showing love to the guy that paved the way and pretty much inspired them. And so I think Ye featuring in this video was more a call from Travis and his team rather than Nike or Jordan Brand. I feel like Nike and Jordan Brand were quite happy just to acquiesce to the requests of their, at this point, golden goose. I'm not saying that a collab with Nike and Ye is out of the question, but I don't think there's anything to really draw from this other than what I've mentioned. But again, feel free to sound off down below if you disagree. We're gonna stay with Travis Scott for a couple of more sneakers because we've had our first look at the mocha colorway of the Jumpman Jack that are supposed to be releasing this October. We've seen him rocking this pair a little bit in the past, but we've finally had some really good images as well as these on foot shots. And I think these definitely are the best release so far in this model. Really wearable, can't go wrong. Looking forward to these for sure. And we've also had a first look at the velvet brown Travis Scott releasing in the spring of 2025. This is another Air Jordan 1 Low. Again, very similar blocking to the Jumpman Jacks we just saw. Really clean, really nice. And the announcement of this shoe just continues to fly in the face of the rumors that we heard last year that Travis Scott and the Air Jordan 1 Low were a done thing. It seems like what should have been said is that the Air Jordan 1 Low from Travis Scott is only getting started and is only going to continue to snowball from here on out. So back in 2022, Jack Harlow signed with New Balance. It's It's taken a while to get here, and here we are. We have his 1906R shoe. And according to these images, they look kind of cool. They're giving me a little bit of J-Tips Saucony vibes about them, with the pink hues and the floral touches, the sort of green cage and midsole outsole combo. They are pretty cool, and I'm pretty happy for Jack Harlow. But what do you guys think of these? We've got some Supreme Nike rumors now to address. Last week we saw the announcement that there is apparently a Supreme and Nike Air Jordan 1 high in the works. Some mock-ups out there have speculated that this could be a Stars release, a little bit like the early 2000 SB Dunk highs that have gone on to command crazy money in the resale these days. No confirmation or mock-ups to go with just yet, but apparently these are being slated for the fall-winter 2024 collection. And we've also heard some rumors this week that there are going to be some Supreme Air Max 1s dropping next year. Apparently there's going to be 4 colorways. There's a whole bunch of mock-ups out there doing the round. Some people are supposing that maybe the 4 colorways could be similar to the SB Dunks we had back in like 2020. It's all very much rumors at the moment. And we've had some really good looks at the upcoming Black Toe Air Jordan 1 Reimagined. These are supposed to be dropping on October the 18th. Obviously the big difference with this particular pair is that the Wings logo on the collar is being replaced just with the Air Jordan type fonts. One of the other interesting features of this shoe is it's actually going to feature a little bit of writing on the medial collar, which is inspired by Michael Jordan signing a pair for a ball boy or a fan or something, where he says "my very best" and he signs it. And these are also going to feature the black tongue, which is a feature that you guys out there who are sticklers for details will, I'm sure, appreciate. Pretty cool shoe, definitely going to be going for these. What about you? So I've got a bit of an update from the whole Action Bronson New Balance collaboration. We're apparently going to be getting his 1906R in this Medusa blue colorway this month on May the 24th. We've seen him rocking these a whole bunch. You can see these on foot, and we've seen them alongside some of the other 1906Rs that are set to come out this year. I do think these are going to get lost in the sauce a little bit given how stacked this whole month is. What do you guys think? So we've got a little bit of SB news, including some Futura updates as well as a new Yuto Dunk, but I want to start off with these. We've had our first look at the Vic SB Dunk Low coming this year. This is the Verdi pair inspired by the plush toy, and we've also seen this panda inspired colorway as well, inspired by another plush toy that may or may not be friends and family, but apparently these Verdi or Vic plush toy SBs are going to be the most limited SB of the year. Now, talking about the Futura SBs, if you guys are in the UK, you want to make sure that you are checking out the local skate shop raffles. Some of them have already gone live today, and some of them are going to be continuing to go out over the course of the weekend. Same for you guys over there in the US. Make sure you're keeping up to date with your local skate shops. There's going to be a sneakers release drop on the 22nd. 30K pairs is the rumored amount, meaning these are going to be really hard to get, really hard to come by. And I'm not surprised because this is probably the coolest sneaker of the year in terms of exciting color blocking. More SB news, we've got another Yuto Horigome SB to look forward to. This one in an asparagus colorway. Some people are saying that these are giving Jedi SB energy, and I can kind of see the connection there. Feature a mixture of the same sort of materials that we saw on the first edition. We've also got the same brown back panel at the back, as well as Yuto's logo on the back as well. They look really nice, to be fair, and if you've got the first pair, obviously you're going to need the second pair. In terms of release date information, I thought these might be coming out maybe during the Olympics to celebrate Yuto defending his gold medal there, but the information that I've seen out there seems to suggest that these are going to be dropping next year, which I think is a little bit too long to wait. What do you guys think? We talked last week about the Air Jordan 4 Low, Nigel Sylvester, really nice shoe, really clean colorway. Apparently next spring we're going to be getting another Air Jordan Nigel Sylvester, but this time just the regular shoe with the bikey air on the back, and these are coming out in an orange and sail and cinnabar colorway. These mock-ups definitely have them looking a little bit bright, vibrant, and exciting. I can't say these mock-ups have me particularly excited, but the idea of the colorway sounds good anyway. We've also had another first look at another Travis Scott Jumpman Jack or T-Rex or whatever we're calling them. These are the bright cactus, and this color blocking seems to suggest a pretty muted upper just with the vault reverse swoosh. Right, so I want to talk about a couple of Air Jordan 3s. We've seen some on foot, really good in-hand looks of the Air Jordan 3 Amamaniers, but we've also seen rumors of an Air Jordan 3 SP, a special project in a diffused blue colorway releasing spring of next year. Now, according to these mock-ups, they kind of give me the same type of energy that we saw on the recently released Amamanye Jordan 5s, the dusk colorway. Royal blue on the midsole, the aged outsole, but one thing that caught my eye with these was the Nike Air featuring on the heel tab. I don't know if that's just because that's how they decided to mock these up, but it does beg an interesting question that I'd be interested in your guys' opinions on as to whether or not you feel the Nike Air branding deserves to be on a retro model like this, or whether or not it should just be on the OGs or maybe special collabs. Let me know what you guys think about that. Now, these are the pictures I was telling you about. These are some really good on-foot looks in some natural lights of the Air Jordan 3 Amamanyes. This sneaker is supposed to be releasing in July, subject to change, of course, for $250 USD. And according to these pictures, they look really good. Quality of the material looks really nice. They don't have the elephant print, a little bit like the first Amamanye 3s. They feature this really shaggy suede around the toe area as well as the heel. Deep maroon action around the heel collar as well as the tongue. And these have the Nike Air on the back. They also, according to the shape, look like they've got, instead of the reinforced padded ankle collar, maybe like a quilted liner a la the Amamanye 4s. Sailed out midsole. It's definitely the type of shoe that I would like to have in my collection, but do I really need these because I have the black cement 3s, but on the other hand I have the white version of the Amamanye 3s? I don't know, it feels like Nike and Jordan Brand kind of know what they're doing when they're producing these types of models, knowing that there's gaps in collectors' collections that people like me and you are probably wanting to fill with these types of releases. But what do you guys think of these? Now, staying on Jordan 3s just for another minute, I want to talk about the Nina Chanel Abney 3s because I've got a little bit of a bone to pick with the photography that was used for the first images that we saw when these shoes were first announced or launched or leaked or whatever. Those pictures had these looking really awesome. I think there's a phenomenon out there called the Kith filter, where certain shoes or certain products are shot in a certain style with a certain type of filter and a certain type of lighting that make them look a lot more premium and a lot better than they really are. According to these images, which look a little bit more stock and are just taken in nice natural light, the shoes, in my opinion, don't look quite as amazing. Canvasy material doesn't look particularly premium. The rope laces have lost a little bit of the allure that they had in those first images. I still like them. I do think they are fire. I'd still be quite keen to cop them. I have heard rumors that these are going to be really, really limited and hard to get. But I don't know. I'm not as wowed by these images as I was by the first ones. What do you guys think of the Kith filter? Do you think it ruins shoes like these? And are you still keen on these? Let me know. I've had some detailed looks at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adidas Superstar, the Master Splinter colorway. This pair here that released earlier on in the year is still one of my favorite collabs to release this year. And yes, I have worn them, but you have to put them back in the packaging because the packaging is so elite. These look really nice and are obviously going to be a must cop for people like me that already bought the Ninja Turtle pair. And they feature this sort of light mauve suede upper paired with the maroon stripes. Got the dusty purple heel, interior lining. These definitely look a lot more wearable, a lot more neutral than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pair. Got some Air Max Plus news for you TN fans out there. Apparently this fall we're going to be getting a return of the Sunset pair. For a lot of Air Max TN collectors, this is one of the most iconic pairs of TNs. 180 bucks, no specific date like I said. We haven't seen this pair since 2018, and I feel like this is another one of those pairs that seems to be part of Nike's current strategy of bringing back some of the most popular shoes from the past 10 years to really rinse out. Running along the same lines with the Air Max Plus, we've got this pair right here, which is pretty cool. These are called the Sandy Beach, and these are set to release this summer. They feature this really cool, really tropical sort of sunscape gradient on the upper, this hairy suede around the mudguard, and this sort of textured midsole outsole combo that looks a little bit like sand on a beach. The texturing on the midsole is kind of giving me a little bit of CPFM Grinch energy. And judging from the comments that I've seen reacting to this pair, it seems like these have got people pretty nicely divided. Either you love these or you hate these, it seems. Me personally, I kind of like them. What do you guys think? Right, let's talk about Skepta and Puma. A few people were taken aback by Skepta's decision to leave the swoosh back in 2022 and join up with the German sportswear giants, but he did it. And after a couple of years, he's come out with his first signature sneaker, which he himself has designed, taking inspiration from other big sneakers in Puma's archives. These are called the Forever Blacks, 185 pounds. These are set to drop on the 18th of May. And they've been met with a little bit of mixed reviews out there. Some people are saying these look like some Walmart shoes. Other people are loving them. They feature some iridescent reflective action. They sport a predominantly black upper. Listen, I think these are pretty cool. I think the fact that he's designed these himself and it's in brand new silhouettes is something to be commended. I am a Skepta fan, so I may well try for these, but what do you guys think? We've had some closer looks at one of the colorways in this spring's upcoming collaboration between Union and Nike on the Field General. Field General, as retroed this year by Nike, was an attempt to try to break up the dominance of the flat shoe trends that we have going on, dominated in no small part by the Adidas Samba. And I think so far it's been pretty underwhelming, but this collab could be the shot in the arm that the model needs. I think one of the coolest things about this collab anyway is the packaging that you can see here, which kind of looks like a locker. This colorway sports the traditional, at this point, Union color blocking. I think they're okay, but they're kind of giving me the same sort of energy that we got with the Passport Union Dunks, which were pretty average in my opinion. And whilst I can see these being popular, particularly if they come in at a really reasonable price point, like 50 bucks, like 100 bucks or something like that, that would be fine. Pharrell and Adidas are set to drop a whole bunch of different Samba colors, 6 different colorways in fact, sometime this spring. And if you're like me, you're probably sat there thinking, really? Did they need Pharrell to come up with these? I don't know, man. Like, they're killing the Samba at this point. It's dying a slow death before our very eyes. These look like they've already come out 2 or 3 times this year already, but hey, I guess you can't blame them. I've seen another colorway of the Salehe croc shoe, the Juniper. This one's in a real tree camo colorway, and this joins a fleet of colorways, including the OG pair or the Guava pair that's set to come out at the end of the month, and this other pair in this deep green colorway with this orange outsole, and in my opinion are the best looking of the bunch. So far I actually quite like these, and I do think this particular model is going to be popular, particularly with the younger generation, given how popular Crocs are with kids these days. And I will be interested to try these out when they drop. What do you guys think? You guys feeling this Salehe croc shoe, or are you not feeling them? Feel free to let me know. Right, let's finish off the episode by talking about some of this week's big sneaker releases to look out for. And like I said earlier in the episode, you guys want to be looking out for the Futura SB raffles from your local skate shops. Sneakers release at a later date. On the 16th, you have the Nike Air Force 1 Low Premium, the ivory snakeskin. This is part of their whole Cult Classics program. And then on the 17th, you have the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Low OG in the Elkins colorway or the Canary Yellow colorway. So definitely a couple of big bangers coming out this week if you are hip to them. And that is it for this week's sneaker wrap. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Do me a favor and like the video before you bounce. And be sure to have a really good weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Take care for now, and peace.